Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we are going to be looking at Cardinal Quest 2 and I have a special guest with me. We actually have Rob, aka Alpaca Patrol.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like dancing in my chair even though no one can see me.
Oh my goodness, that's very exciting.
It's a
So
good
we've
chair,
got
it's a good dance.
a cool guy and a very cool game here. This is one that I've been anticipating trying out for a very, very long time. I actually should have done this a long while ago. Cardinal Quest 2 by Random 9 is I don't even know how to describe this best. It's a roguelike, but it's got like this weird hybridized version of real-time and turn-based going on at the same time, and it's also super streamlined, but it's also reasonably deep. So it's just, I don't know, it fuses together for a very nice little balance for me. And I know you've played the first one, I've played the first one as well, I actually did a video of the first one, and it was one of my very favorite games actually of this subgenre of RPG-styled games. So I have high expectations for this. I've done one run of this so far, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. So let us get into a second run now that I have a little bit of experience there. There are our options. There's not a ton to configure. Lots of keys, though, but thankfully we don't really have to deal with too much of that stuff. It's all fairly self-explanatory. If you've ever played an RPG before, you shouldn't have any trouble getting right into it. This is a closed beta build. This is version 0.83. There is also a demo version available right now. The game is supposed to be out, I believe, somewhere around September-ish of 2013, give or take. I might be a little off on that, but anyway, let us start a new game. Act 1. And we get to pick a class here. So I don't know if you remember too much about the original game, but I don't think it had very many classes. I'm going to say probably around 3.
I think it was 3, yeah.
3?
I think you just had the fighter, the ranger, and the wizard.
Right, so you can see here we've got quite a few more than that. Fighter, thief, wizard, ranger, pugilist, and paladin, which sound like really interesting combinations of other types of classes that, you know, they're the more nuanced classes generally. If you know me in RPGs, though, I basically always play the fighter. I don't know what my deal is, but I just always have to run up and smack stuff. As you probably know, for me playing Dota, that just sort of makes sense. So we can choose male, female, and then there are a few skin tones. So I can play like a lady with dark skin, or a guy with light skin, or any combination in between. Whatever, let's play your standard fighter. Normal, hard, or suicide? Well, this is my second game. I think we're going to go normal.
I should have manned up and played suicide, man.
We'll save that for the second run if I die. That way we'll have one to go through super, super fast. So I'm doing WASD to move around. And there are some really great sound effects I noticed from playing this before. I mean, the original had great sound effects too, but this one just felt like they're much higher resolution. And then there's also like the combination of rustling through grass and stuff, and then also like the silly little retro Atari-ish sounds that happen every now and then, or maybe NES is more accurate. So if you remember the original, the main thrust of it, and the reason that I liked it so much personally was just because of the way they streamlined the whole finding loot and equipping it thing. You don't really have to do much micromanaging when it comes to your inventory. It shows you something. In the original, I think it just went straight on you if it was better, or it like said yes or no or something. This one, they show you a little bit, and you can see the arrow saying equip, and that it's better. And you just click the button, and there you go. You don't have to open up a menu, you don't have to rustle through stuff. And you're right off fighting more guys.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, you said that it has like a real-time turn-based thing? What did you actually mean by that?
Well, I guess it's not that super uncommon anymore if you played stuff like Dungeons of Dreadmore, where you're walking around, and stuff will be moving whenever you move, but it stays still other than that, right?
Yeah, I thought you meant it was something different. Yeah, that's like that's actually like the original Rogue.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Simultaneous turns.
I'll be completely honest. I've never played the original Rogue, so I'm coming at it from a bit of a new perspective, I suppose.
Right, yeah, totally. But yeah. So it's like simultaneous turns. Every action that you take is like every other enemy on the screen can also take an action.
Right.
I don't know if it renders like it probably doesn't do stuff for enemies you can't see though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess it probably wouldn't even matter if they're outside of your range of vision. Although I guess they could come into your range of vision. So maybe there's a little bit of like a buffering space between where it goes from like Fog of War to where you can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like right there. I think those group of enemies like moved in to attack you. It seemed.
Right.
So I don't know. Interesting.
Right. So these leather vambraces bring my attack down by 1 or increase my faith up by one, so I'm going to actually just trash them because I'm not sure how much faith is really useful for us. I can use the arrows. You can actually just click and hold your left mouse button, or you can use the
Oh.
WASD or the arrow keys. There's actually 3 different control mechanisms here. I should mention this is coming out for PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android, so I assume the touchscreen thing is going to come into play at some point, and I think this is actually a really good fit for a touchscreen-based game, and I think it's one that I would probably end up spending a lot of hours on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was actually about to mention that you told me that beforehand.
Right.
And I'm super pumped for this to be on iOS and Android because I don't know, there's not so many hardcore-ish experiences that are also easy to play on.
This is an interesting one to categorize, though, because although it might seem hardcore in conception, it's also fairly casual in another way. It's
Right.
hardcore in terms of difficulty, but it's casual in terms of execution. Like, you don't need to do a lot of min-maxing necessarily to play this. You just kind of need to get lucky and have a reasonably good grasp of how your class should work, as far as I can tell anyway.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I played some I'm fairly new to the whole mobile games genre, so
Right.
maybe I'm talking out of my ass here. But every game that I've tried to play, like I tried to play an XCOM like type of game, and it's just like it seems like a good idea, but also it was just executed poorly with touch controls. I think this
Right.
syncs up real well with touch controls, and then is also probably a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it's a very difficult balance to come up with the right, amount of how much should you go into gameplay versus how much should you focus on controls. And I think for mobile games, you really do kind of have to engineer the game a little bit, at least, around the control mechanism. And in this case, I think it actually works really seamlessly between both PC and mobile. So we
Yeah.
found a shopkeeper here who is offering a variety of items. We've got a potion of invincibility to make myself invincible, I suppose, against physical blows. We've got iron boots, which will raise our defense, or your health rather, by 2. Our money, by the way, is down in the bottom left corner. It's 120, and that is 80. That's not a bad deal, I suppose. And we've got a freeze spell, which I don't have enough money for. Why not?
That'd be
I guess
pretty
I'll
sweet though.
buy the iron boots. I'll probably find something better in 3 seconds anyway.
Yeah, that is always the case with these games, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I ever outright mentioned the fact that all the environments here are to some degree procedurally generated, but I guess it's sort of an assumption that comes with this type of game at this point, so I don't know if
Yeah.
I needed to say it. But anyway, there you go. The environment here looks a lot more interesting than the original Cardinal Quest. If you saw that one, you remember it's mostly just like really kind of bland interiors. Not that there was anything wrong with them, but they just didn't really flourish in any particular way or thrive. They just sort of look kind of static. This seems like there's a little bit more going on, and there are some different types of buildings to explore. We've got some hedges to look through, enemy
Yeah.
encampments.
It's interesting because it still looks very pretty despite having everything basically be a 2-frame animation at most.
Right, yeah, the animations are super simple, but it doesn't bother me in the least. I don't even feel like the graphics are being held back. I think they actually look nice for what they are.
Yeah, totally.
And I've pretty much explored this entire map, so we will proceed to the exit, which I actually found pretty early on, but I chose to wait. And when you finish each area, you actually get your health refilled. I also want to put this stat point in, and I can't remember 100%, but I feel like there were not really skill trees in the original, or if there were, they were super, super simple. Do you remember anything about that?
I'm gonna say I don't think that there was a skill tree system.
Right. I'm not even
I
sure,
really
was
don't
there,
think that there was.
like, an
I don't
equip
think there was-
menu?
No, I don't think so. I honestly don't think
Yeah.
so. Here's a question though.
Yeah.
That's important. When you level up, does it restore your health?
No, I don't think it does, actually.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say in that scenario, it seems like it's always a good idea to save your level ups.
Right, that would be
That's
sort
what
of a
it
double
feels.
whammy, then I would be regaining my health twice, and I could have used it more like a potion. And I actually just picked up a potion right then.
We planned this all out. This is really post commentary.
We are really, really good then.
Yeah, we're amazing at that. Yeah, I mean, this is all scripted, so we've been writing for a couple of hours. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay, I didn't understand what I was supposed to do there. So I was actually, when I picked or walked over this item, I was supposed to actually put it on somewhere in my hotbar by clicking on one of these other items here, or I could use it instantly. I'm not actually sure what these items all are, so I should probably have figured that out. So it's a whetstone, a rough mineral used to sharpen blades, permanently
Oh,
improves your equipped weapons damage by 1 point, and I think I had 2 of those, so I might as well just use that.
yeah. Boost up that staff, man.
Do it
It's
twice.
got an intellect staff.
And a scroll of summoning summons a powerful magical creature to fight at your side. That seems pretty useful.
Well, you already got one,
Yeah,
right?
might as well just use it.
Yep.
So I'm pretty
That's
flush
pretty
for
badass.
items. I don't think I was nearly in this good of a position on my first run. Although, honestly, my health is suffering quite a bit, so I'm actually going to use that right there. I found a superb impenetrable helm with a really nice defense on it. I think I'm going to actually grab that, even though it lowers my health by a bunch. And a
That's
ring
always
of
the
wisdom.
thing, isn't it? Is like, what is the armor better than the health? I can never tell. I can never tell.
It's the
Probably
risk-reward factor. I mean, you never really know until you get really good at, figuring out what all the stats do.
Right.
But like I said earlier, you don't really have to worry too much about the whole min-maxing element. It just sort of starts to make sense for you.
Right.
It's a pretty straightforward game as far as I can tell. There's not a lot of like hidden attributes and stuff. It's all pretty much on the surface, which I really appreciate. So this one I'm not too much of a fan of. That's a big health differential here. We're going from 26 to 22 for a speed improvement of 1. So I'm going to hit trash on that and get the gold out of it.
What does speed do? Is that like a dodge chance?
Yeah, I would assume it's probably your chance to not get hit, or maybe your chance to evade crits or something.
Scroll over. It has a tooltip, right?
That
They
is
all
true,
have
it does.
tooltips?
I should probably spend time actually reading through that. Speed is how fast you can run and act compared to enemies. Turn time 1.4 seconds, with new item 1.3.
I don't really understand
Yeah,
that.
I guess I don't really either.
Alright.
Well, so I just went all out saying how simple and easy to understand it is, and then now I don't understand this stat. Well, what are you going to do? So I'm going to throw this warding dagger in the garbage. And we got another level to put in. What should I do? I guess I'll do a point into defense. Working up towards a higher, some sort of a frenzy move or something. Oh, and by the way, my inherent intrinsic ability as a warrior is I have a berserk move, which induces a berserk rage that greatly increases your strength and speed for +3 attack and +3 speed. Save that for when I'm about to die, perhaps. Which might be sooner than later.
Berserk. It sounds. I still don't really understand this. So maybe the simultaneous turns aren't really simultaneous. Like if you stand still, can they move?
No, he just hangs out. See? Doing it right now. He's just sort of hanging out there waiting. When I move, he makes another couple moves. Sometimes he can go twice, sometimes he can go once.
Oh yeah.
It's all about their speed, I suppose, as they
Huh.
relate to each other. Trash that.
Interesting. Very interesting. It's a very intriguing system.
Big
don't fully
nasty
understand
spider
it.
there, just freaking vanquished.
Ooh, he
Uh,
poisoned you and lowered your speed by 3. That sucks.
Yeah, not a fan of that. My health is pretty low, but I might be pretty near the end of this level, so I kind of don't want to use my one potion. So I might not get another one. And I
What does
don't
it
really have a way
teleport
to heal. Teleport is transports you to a specific location of your choice, recharges with intellect. What would be a location of my choice? I guess not where I am at the moment I'm being attacked would probably be my choice.
Yeah. That's always good. Maybe it like teleports you to wherever you visited.
TP scroll, man.
Yeah, those are always valuable, man. You should always keep one on you.
So here's the other conundrum. So I found the end of the level. I can leave right now and heal myself, or I can continue to explore to try and get better equipment or, get health ups or something. Because right now, if I go ahead, obviously the enemies are going to be harder, but if I stay here, I risk the chance of dying.
Yeah.
But I do have a single Ankh, which is basically one revive. So, it's permadeath, but you do have that to augment your experience at least the one time.
That's pretty nice.
Alright, I rolled the dice there. Turns out okay. Alright, cool.
Ooh, you got the crit too. Have you been using your berserk powers?
Not once yet.
Ah.
I should probably be doing that.
How long does it take to recharge? I'd imagine not that long.
Probably not that long since it's my special ability.
Yeah, it looks like a 1, so I don't know what that means, but I imagine it's probably not too particularly long.
Let's find out at the very beginning of the next area, so let's go ahead.
Nice. That's pretty nice that it actually heals you in between levels.
Well, yeah, it presents that really strange conundrum every single time. Like, do I go ahead or do I stay? Alright, let's use
Right.
our number 1 here. Alright, so we can one-shot all of these creeps. They're gone. Alright, so we've got a Hopeful Ring of Wisdom, which gives me extra faith. No reason not to get that.
Nice.
And it actually takes care of selling your old item and everything, which I love.
It looks like you should be spamming Berserk, by the way.
Yeah, I am back to being able to use that immediately, so I don't really see a downside.
Yeah. It looked like it was like a 10-turn timer.
Right, and every time I walk is pretty much a bunch of turns.
A turn. Yeah.
Oh, it says, I think it's 15. Still, not bad.
Alright. Yeah, no, that's pretty darn good. Like, you can use it again now in the middle of the fight.
Come to find out later, it's probably like destroying my durability or some crazy thing. Probably not. I don't even think there is durability, I'm just making that up. Trash.
That'd be pretty funny if that's what was happening. Be quite unfortunate, though.
Everybody in the comments is like, learn to play your freaking class, what are you doing?
The most important thing you dingus.
We all tend to be dingai occasionally, it's okay. Those little red things are actually health jewels. They'll restore your health for a while, and there's a regen ability you can get to make them restore more.
Dude, I want health jewels in real life.
Me too.
I guess that's like pills.
Alright, so you can restore or reinforce armor, so that's like the whetstone I had before. We can get a Helm of Hardiness. That's a pretty nice helm. For all of my gold, basically, all but 10. Or superb cloth shoes. They do not look that superb to me. I'm going to buy that helm. And do I get back the money I had from before, though? I guess whatever I had, he was supposed to sell automatically, but I don't feel like I got anything before. Did I even have a helm? I thought I did.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Oh,
yeah, I mean, you did because it lowered your defense, so I
right.
imagine that your
Oh,
probably
crap.
didn't have a straight up. Oh, God.
That thing was tough, but I killed it. So we got a mace, which...
Dude, that mace is beastly.
It's better, yeah, better at starting hits, but it hits for less max. And then my speed goes down and my intel... fine, let's get it. I like how it shows you the stats that change, too. When you pick up the new weapon, it just, like, flashes them on the screen, like, when you shoot somebody in Borderlands, how the money, or the XP goes above their head.
Right, yeah.
Alright, I already talked to the shopkeeper. Let's go to the left now.
What's your second ability? What does that do?
This is the teleport one, and then the next one is another teleport one. So I actually ended up with... Oh, so one's random and one is targeted.
Interesting.
So I'm like a teleport warrior. Sounds like
sweet.
Faceless Void, if you ask me.
More like
Kind of.
anti-mage, really.
Ah, okay, fine. I got an Achilles Bracer, better health, lower attack, lower faith. I'll take it, it's only one. And, oh, I found heal. Alright, I am set.
Oh,
The best spell ever. Alright, now this run is going to go a lot longer, I have a feeling.
you might as well use it now, right?
Yeah, I guess there's not really a downside. It says -3 defense, though. What, just when I'm healing? Recharged by gaining XP, recharges faster with faith. Okay, so just when the cooldown is going, I have a, you know, a -2 defense.
Right. It looks like the cooldown is quite long.
Interesting that you can see the perspective lines also on the mini-map in the top right corner. Like, as you're walking along in that little, like, 2-bit rendering.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice
I
touch.
actually didn't notice that until you mentioned it. I wonder if all your cooldowns are reset.
I would guess. Alright, we're at the town. You can charge the town gate, and the text is gone before I could read it. That always happens. Berserk wore off. Hit. Alright, cool. All I'm doing when I'm in combat, by the way, is I just keep running into them for a second. I am in a weird position right now. I have very little health.
Yeah.
And my cooldown for my heal is not ready up. Another toughness, get some more HP, maybe. Oh, crap.
God.
Let's teleport or something.
Teleport away, probably.
Oh, it's gotta be super close where I teleport. Let's try teleporting to a random location. Is that a thing we can do? Oh, wait,
Yeah, the
oh, I
teleport
was
always
trying to
goes
select my...
there.
Oh, I teleported the enemy away. That's... Oh, and there he is again.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was using it
Huh.
backward. I'm still gonna die, though, so... I guess it is what
I
it
was gonna
is.
say you have that scroll, but you probably shouldn't use it now
Yeah,
at
not
this
now.
point.
I'm gonna just die
Yeah.
anyway. But I have the Ankh, so I'm gonna get one more life.
So it's just teleporting the enemies, I guess.
I really wanted to teleport myself.
Oh no, it does. Yeah, I guess it's just whatever you have in vision.
That is not that helpful to me.
No, not particularly.
Look, I teleported over here. Now I'll train them all over into this corner, and they'll kill me. That's fine. Alright, let's use the scroll.
Yeah. Ooh, he charmed him.
Oh yeah, that guy is pretty tough.
Dude, that genie is so charming.
It's a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub them the right way. I got some
It's true.
chainmail gloves for better attack, better faith. Fine.
So, evidently... Oh, God. Why is that wizard in that house?
He's dead now.
Evidently, you use the heal sparingly. Not right away, I suppose.
Yep.
Seems to have a very long cooldown.
I feel kind
Absurdly
of bad. That
long,
wizard was
I'd
just
say.
like living in his house. I just broke in and murdered him.
Yeah. I mean, that's always the case in these games where you're playing the quote-unquote hero,
Right.
and you're just like going around to these towns filled with monsters and murdering them and committing genocide, and it's like, I don't know if you're the hero. They're just kind of chilling. They're not
Yeah,
really
I mean,
doing
it
anything
really,
bad.
it's very contextual. I mean, we don't know what the reason is for all of this stuff going on.
Yeah, it's true.
So I got a magic mirror to create a duplicate of myself to draw enemies away. I don't think I really want to use that. That's not my style. Alright, wizard. You're dead. Much better sword. 1 to 6 damage as opposed to 2 to 4. Down on attack and better speed equip. This town
So
is
you like
freaking
crits.
full.
You're a crit chance kind of guy.
Beastly mace. No, thank you.
Oh boy.
That's fine. I got my berserk. Oh, this amulet sucks. And that would be a healing item right there if I make it
I
through.
would use that mirror.
No, I have a heal. That guy was real tough, though. And I
Yeah.
picked up an offering. Favor with which to call upon the gods recharges holy spells. That sounds fancy. I don't have any use for that, though.
I think your holy spell is like the heal, so you could probably recharge it and then,
Oh, you're right. It worked.
Yep.
Good call.
yeah. Whoa!
I like this. Gaming with Rob makes me, like, passable. Usually I'm just freaking awful.
It's always that Let's Play curse, right? Where, like, you're always worse at the games when you're
Yeah.
recording. But if you have a passive onlooker, you have two minds
Yep.
to figure out what
Yeah,
to
people
do.
don't know. We don't have, like, the same level of multi-threading going on in our brains that our computers do, so when we're trying to think of the next thing we're going to say every 5 seconds, it doesn't work the same as
Yeah,
when we have
yeah.
a second person to completely devote themselves to thinking.
Yeah.
It's a very strange feeling, actually, to be able to just, like, keep talking and not ever stop.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that until, like, a year ago.
It is pretty weird once you think about it.
Yeah.
It is a pretty
Alright,
weird thing.
There's a yellow thing on my map here. I don't remember what that is. Oh.
Oh, jeez. No need to be racist about it.
What? It's gauntlets of sturdiness, man. Don't go there. Alright, let's go
Gauntlets
out.
are so sturdy. Those are some sturdy-ass gauntlets, man.
They looked real sturdy. Alright, let's go through this castle gate. We're healed. We're in the keep. Alright, so this looked a lot more like the standard Cardinal quest that I'm used to. This is what the old game kind of looked like a little bit.
Yep.
Lots of doors. Lots of dungeony places. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in
man.
real bad trouble.
Teleport his ass away, or mirror image him.
Alright, which one was teleport him away? I want to do
That's that one.
that
yeah.
one.
Alright, he looks like he went down.
He does. I'm
There's
scared.
a shop up there. There's a shop guy.
Oh god, he's back.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing possible.
Magic
Alright,
the mirror. Yeah, put him over there. Oh no! Why
He doesn't care at all.
towards you?
He didn't care even the least bit.
Well, it looked like your mirror image was like walking towards you. Get to that shop guy
The
real
shop,
quick.
he won't talk to me unless there's no guys in my vision, so I can't
Oh, what
do
a
it.
deal! Well, you can teleport. You have a
now.
teleport.
Well, there was a regen item right next to me, but that didn't happen, so oh well. It's alright. We had a
I
pretty
don't.
good. This was my second run of Cardinal Quest. I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah.
Killed
Hey,
by
you
an
did more
acid
damage
blob.
that time.
It's really sweet too that there's like this little game ending summary screen because the other one I don't think had anything like that if I remember correctly. So it's nice you can actually compare what your stats were, what kind of character you had, build at the end, your items, your time. It's a good
Was
time.
that really 55 minutes?
I don't think that could possibly be. Maybe in game time?
Highly.
That was like 20
Doubted.
minutes, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I'm a
Huh?
decent judge of how long time has passed. I think that was like 20-ish minutes. But
Yeah, there's, I think almost no way that was 55
it's all
minutes.
good. We'll find out in a little bit. Anyway, that's going to wrap us up for Cardinal Quest 2. I really like this game. I think you guys should definitely go check it out. There is a demo, like I said earlier. You can go get it for Windows, Mac, or Linux. It also has a Greenlight campaign, so if you want to, go help out the developer, go, leave a vote and a favorite on that. I'm sure he would appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see this game come out pretty soon, and we'll get a chance to get really deep into it. Right now, the demo, or the beta build that I have, only goes through the first chapter, or act, or whatever we're calling it, so even if I wanted to play further, eventually we'd hit a wall where there just isn't much else to do. But I think this was a good taste of it anyway, so I think it's pretty much a marked improvement over the first game in pretty much every way. I could easily see myself sinking hundreds of hours into this if I really wanted to. Also, depending on how deep and how difficult the thing gets as we get further on into the game, if it gets frustrating or not, I don't know, remains to be seen. I think it's a nice balance where, like, a game like Dungeons of Dreadmore goes way over the top with complexity for me. This is, like, the right amount of complexity where I don't feel intimidated, and I feel like it's fairly accessible for most people that are, at least have a passing interest in roguelike type games, or roguelike-like
Yeah.
games. So
I mean, especially if you're considering it as if you're considering on buying it on iOS or Android. If you're thinking
Right.
of it as a toilet or bus ride game, this has a lot of complexity. This has a
Yeah,
lot of
for
fun
sure.
to kind of mess around with for a long time.
It's all about context,
often as
and
well.
people
Exactly.
don't talk about it enough. Where you play a game does matter in the type of way that you play the game, but this works for me whether I'm playing it on my phone or on my computer, which I think is a pretty rare thing to say. There's not a whole lot of games where I would feel comfortable doing that and not bat an eye. Anyway, that is going to do it for another episode of Indie Impressions. As always, remember to head on over to the website, which is indie-impressions.com, so you can check out all the old episodes in the series. We've got over 400 of them neatly archived for your perusal. We've got categories, we've got distribution methods, whatever you want to sort by, even if you have a developer maybe in mind you want to type into the search box. That is all fair game. There's also facebook.com/Indie Impressions if you want to stop over there. Leave a like if you choose, helps me out a little bit, and then you'll get every day's new Indie Impressions videos delivered right into your stream. I also do channel updates and occasional game giveaways and such over there. And lastly, if you're an indie dev and you want to get in contact with me, the quickest way to reach me is to either send me an email via the contact form over on indie-impressions.com, or just send me a tweet. It's nice and simple. I'm at RockLeeSmile on Twitter. All my social media links are going to be right in the description. And of course, go check out Alpaca Patrol on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Alpaca Patrol. I'll be including a link for his channel right in the description as well. So say goodbye, Rob.
Adios! It was fun! Hopefully you guys pick up Cardinal Quest and greenlight it. It looks like a lot of fun.
Indeed. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you'll come back tomorrow for another awesome indie game, and I will talk to you then. Later!